Today, the well-known racing farrier Peter Baker is going to demonstrate how to repair a severely degraded toe.
Our host today is Ian. I happened to be in the area on Friday evening, so I popped in to see what the problem was. Ian had resected this area away that was all flapping and loose, and he'd exposed a huge cavity underneath the dorsal. I probed the cavity with this tool that I pushed it up to here. If you can see, I brought it onto the outside. So I drilled a hole in there, being the apex of that particular fissure. I came onto this one here. There's another fissure that's a lot deeper. Drilled another hole there. The same with this one. And then there was another fissure up here. You burr it, you don't drill it, because the drill tends to keep on going straight through the peeler bone. Use a little domed burr, because you have total control of it. It doesn't grab like a drill. I put this end of the tool into here, press it up as far as it'll go, and then burr down into the area until I hit metal. I'm going to try and reattach the peeler bone here back to this hoof capsule, so we get the dynamic forces running up into the coronary bone. I just want to take a small amount of this away, so we end up with the shape of the hoof capsule that we feel is ideal. Again, you can see now, whereas I've got my whole finger under to start with, and the angle I want to work in, you can't get your finger, just the tip of your finger under there. Isopropanol, just going to get rid of the surface debris. We've got a bit of stable debris where the foot's been buried and treading in his own manure. I've come across these funny little oval buckets. Most of the yards have got them kicking around. I found them really, really useful for this next stage, which is to create a former, to go over the top to injection mould into this to glue it all back together. We've just cut out a section of it that matches the cone of the hoof. I did one earlier today that come out of that part of the bucket, just on the edge of the... I've cut the bottom edge to shape already. All I want to do now is fit that to there, and then I'll take my marker and guess how high I want to come up, which I would say is from that point there to there to there. It's quite simple now. Cut out the top with a pair of shears. That's the bit we retain. We cut it to length. We obviously want to be able to locate these holes once we've done the rebuild. So what I use is a piece of just simple soft stuff Play-Doh. Just take off a small amount. I use red because you can see it. The filler we're going to use is fairly translucent, and you will be able to see the red. If it does go hot, or we have to drain the abscess, we can locate quite easily through the translucent material. These are 3/8 by number 3 screws. I find them pretty good, but bear in mind we took a bit out of that dorsal wall, though there's a cavity under it. You have to be careful, even with 3/8" screws. It's a good tip, that, you know. See, look, I'm going to have to just do a little bit of work on the leading edge of that plastic, because we screwed it, it's put it under different tension. I'm going to have to just do something with that. Right, we took that leading edge off now, so we can seal that bottom edge. If the plastic was down further than the horn, it won't seal. And we put white tape over it because it squeezes out between the solid tape, although it will squeeze out between the folds somewhat. Imagine a 2-inch, 1.5 or 2-inch tape. We can get right down over that leading edge, and that'll seal it in and give us more chance of getting pressure onto it. Well, I've took the tip off of this thing to make it a tight fit in the hole. Squirt it a little bit on the ground, and then we can always tell when it's gone off. Locate it back in the hole, just fill it up now. When it's going under quite some pressure, and when it's full up in there and it's gone up right underneath the detached horn, you'll see the product will find a way out because it's going under so much pressure. There's a hell of a cavity here. I've used the whole tube already. There, I see it squirting out the bottom. That's full now. Okay, try and find out where it's coming out and push it back together again. It's found its way out there. Right. You can tell the pressure it's under because it actually pushed back out the hole. Right, I've cut the back across, and I'll just demonstrate pulling this off. Let's see. Okay, so I'll just take those 2 screws out. 3 screws out, just hold them on there. Well, prove the pudding now being the eating. There you are. That's where the screw holes were. That's a lovely tight rebuild. This here. Just peel away. If we need veterinary intervention, that's the apexes of all the sinuses. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit with a rasp, and then we'll stick on a Equitech Hoof cast. Because I want to put a heart bar underneath this, and I'm going to go across the hill a bit further than normal. We're going to use the polyester 3-inch 4-yard bandage for this, which is a bit different. Usually I use a 2-inch on a smaller foot. This is the same product as we used to do the base rebuild. So there's no problem with them not working together as a team. Right, 3-inch bandage, polyester bandage. Spread this, put this on up to that high, close to the hairline. You see, don't go any closer to the hairline, the living hairline than that. Put it on under a little bit of pressure, and then come down onto the bottom edge, so you get about an inch of the bandage folding over underneath. Come back up onto the heels. It is annoying, they can actually drag it off, so you have to be very aware if you don't want to drag the bandage off when they pull back like that. So you 10 times. Fold this back under and stand it on the concrete. I couldn't find the bottom of the car today, so we go back to the sponge. The water is the catalyst that makes it go off. Right, we're going to leave a heart bar on this horse. So we want to make the shape of a heart bar. I've got a little metal cutting hacksaw which works very well for cutting this product. It's at a fairly pliable stage at the moment. We normally cut it when it's firmer than this. Right, that's loosened it sufficiently. Now it's gone off a bit, we might be able to have a bit more luck at cutting with a knife. Yeah, here we go. We need to leave a sufficient bearing surface for the shoe to be nailed to. I think it had a size 6 on before, or 6.5 maybe. We've now gone up to a size 8. Obviously got 3/8 of an inch of width, 3/8 of an inch of height, and 3/8 of an inch of height here as well. So it's got quite a dramatic change to the way the horse's foot is loading. Quite a different feel to it, Ian, when you're nailing onto this stuff. It doesn't sound or feel like nailing into a horn. Nailing up through the cuff, we don't want the shoe to revolve or rotate when it loads on its toe. So and because there's a defective tissue here anyhow, which is going to make it easier, I nail back a lot further back into the heels than you would dare if you weren't nailing up through the cuff. I come right back into the heels to stabilise the shoe and its attachment onto the cuff. He's in bed quite well into the wall. Normally I take this whole V out, but because this horse needs a bit of support here from a bar of some sort, decided we're going to try and leave this in, and we'll take it down so there's a rim of the shoe, a rim of the cuff all the way around, with the heart bar stuck in here, but it won't be pulling on the blood vessels and pinching upon them to stop. See if we've gone far enough. Of the relative thickness of this product, John, it is 3/8 of an inch. There, but that's how much wedge you're getting on the bar. After that, turn it around hard one way. He wouldn't turn at all before we started on him, and now he's turning.